trade with friendly staff and great prices at fusiongamingonline.com/spikefeeders. Plus, every purchase you make there helps support this channel.
Hey everybody, we're back again this week with some competitive gameplay. Well, first of all, we want to thank all our Patreons for their continued support. You guys help keep these lights on and help us keep doing what we're doing.
Not even help keep the lights on. You guys do keep the lights on.
Full stop.
Living in
Canada
the whole
is
light.
very cheap.
I know. And you know
Every
how
single light.
we get like 4 hours of sunlight a day during the winter. So
Yeah, so we need the lights.
yes.
Muy importante.
Anyway,
Also, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, comment. We love all the feedback, and it helps you get the comment first and foremost so that you don't have to wait around. Just get a notification just like that. So today I'm playing a Rurik Thar stacks deck. Most people don't suspect the Rurik Thar stackquisition, but it's going to be good. You get domed for 6 every time you cast a spell.
well, I mean, I'm not. But
Well, you're not. Looking at these two.
on that note, I'm playing Momirvig Hackball, which some might say is a favorable matchup to Rurik Thar.
Mostly creatures.
I'm playing my take on Consultation Kess.
And I am playing Najila Flash Hulk, which is my pride and joy and my baby.
And his only deck.
And my only deck.
Okay, so with
All right.
that,
Yeah.
Jan, start us off.
All right. Debab. So I'm going to start us off with the Debab. Okay, I'm going to draw my card. I'm going to play a Carplusion Forest and pass the turn.
I will draw a card. I'm going to play this Misty Rainforest, and I will crack it, going to 39. I'm going to get a Tropical Island, and I'm going to cast a Mana Crypt,
Uh-oh.
and I think I'm also going to cast this Manglehorn.
Whoa.
That's got an ETB trigger with no targets, and I'll pass the turn.
Well,
Is it
you can
May?
target your own mana crypt,
Okay, good.
sir.
With no favorable targets?
Okay, very good.
Favorable targets.
I'm going to draw for my turn. This Manglehorn makes my play slightly different. I'm going to play
Mangled.
an island. And this tapped silent gravestone. Cards and graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities, but I can't crack it this turn for a couple reasons. Okay, go ahead.
Bill's turn then?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw. Okay. I'm gonna play a Bloodstained Mire, and I'm gonna pass the turn.
Ooh, exciting.
Oh,
I'm going to
no turn one
draw
draw.
my card. I'm going to play a Forest. I'm going to tap for a colorless, and I'm going to play a Sylvan Caryatid. And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay.
That one is
I'll tap.
hexproof.
I am going to roll for Mana Crypt. Evens damage.
Ooh,
Take damage. Go to
36.
36.
You
You
fetched.
Oh, did I ever?
Come
I even
on.
said I have James at 39.
Don't mind me. I guess I can draw a card now.
Yeah.
You can try.
How do you play Magic?
Who knows?
You don't.
Apparently. I'm going to play this Forest. And I'm going to cast Vizier of the Menagerie.
Whoa.
What?
I think I kind of want to look at the top card of my library.
Wow,
Well,
you can do that
you
at any
may.
time.
I kind of want to look at it again.
I'm over this.
Go ahead.
I'm going to untap my silent gravestone.
Wait, hang on 1 sec.
I'm going to
does
draw
say any
for
time.
my turn.
I don't even have to have priority. That's the best part.
My life is suffering. I'm going to play this swamp, and then I'm going to play another tapped artifact, Talisman of Indulgence.
Ooh, man.
And then I'm going to say go ahead.
This makes me so happy.
Okay. I'm going to untap all my permanents and then draw. Okay. I'm going to play a Polluted Delta. And just to save time, I'm going to crack both of these, going to 38. Okay, so off of the Bloodstained Mire, I'm going to get a Taiga, and off of the Polluted Delta, I'm going to get this Tundra. I'm going to tap for a green and a white, and I'm going to cast Safi, Eric's daughter.
Wow.
She is the daughter of Eric. And I will pass the turn.
She's the
untap.
Dottier.
Daughter of
Okay.
Eric.
Eric.
Okay. I'm gonna play an ancient
She
tune.
looks like a big hush puppy.
I too will cast a tapped mana crypt.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to take 2 damage off my ancient tune, going to 38. Add a colorless and a green, and cast Defense of the Heart.
Oh no.
What?
This is maybe bad.
Maybe. What's this maybe nonsense?
Maybe really bad.
How in the
How
world?
many do we need?
3.
So it's trigger. Okay. Yeah.
If if
One
one
of
of
Yeah,
your
it has to
One.
be you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So just never cast creatures.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
in your Momir Victor.
Remember how this was the favorable matchup?
Who needs to?
Go ahead.
Who needs to cast creatures?
is it you?
It's me. Spoiler alert. I'll untap. Roll for mana crypt. Evens damage. That's a 6.
Whoa. That's what you get for
Jeez.
hitting my library. Jerk.
33. Draw card. Oh, I recognize that card. Hang on one sec.
Can't you only look at the top card of your library if it's a creature?
No. Anytime.
Anytime.
Anytime. It says anytime.
Anytime, anywhere, any place.
I kind of just want to cast my command.
You should. I'm all for
I
that.
should just do it.
I'm gonna get 2 a Llanowar elf and an elfish mystic, because then I'll have enough mana to cast my commander.
I forgot to attack with this Manglehorn on turn 2.
Mangly jangly.
You did.
Yeah.
That is
I'm going to
accurate.
hear it in the comments for that one.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just pass the turn.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? Cast a creature? So Jan can kiki us? Or?
I'm gonna untap and
Yeah, this is-
draw.
Bad.
I'm gonna play a Marsh Flats, and yeah, I think I have to be a little rude here. I'm gonna start it off by getting myself some value. I think I'm gonna cast this Brainstorm. So I'm gonna draw 3 cards.
Main phrase Bane pays.
Pains do pains.
I'm gonna put these 2 back on top of my library, and then I'm gonna crack this Marsh Flats, going to 39.
The perfect brainstorm.
So I'm going to get this Underground Sea off of my Marsh Flats, and I'm going to cast a little number called Toxic Deluge.
Ooh.
How much are you paying?
I would like to pay 4 life and go to
Alright.
35.
Bill, priority?
I have no effects.
Jan, priority?
I have no effects.
James, priority? He looks like he wants to do something,
I
folks.
sure do. Boy, do I. Swan song.
Swan Song. Yep.
That's
I
an efficient
will.
way to deal with that.
I will make a bird. And
2 more to go.
pass the turn.
Let's just make more creatures. That's the solution.
Draw. I'm going to play this Volcanic Island as land for turn, and I'm going to tap 3 and cast Najila, the Blade Blossom.
Yep. That's going to make creatures.
And I will pass the turn.
Ooh, exciting. I will untap. I have a Mana Crypt trigger.
You certainly do.
Number 36. Alright, odds I take damage.
Ooh.
No damage
Encroach.
for me.
What's it like being lucky?
Actually,
That's the best.
Yeah,
I'm gonna draw a card. Oh, why do we even need life?
like the concept or the cereal?
I'm gonna play a Stomping Grounds untapped, going to 36. I'm gonna take 2 damage off of my Ancient Tune, going
Whoa.
to 34.
Woo!
He's just dead on board.
I am. There's nothing I can do about it. Then we're gonna cast the big boy, Rurik
Bizzle, the unbizzled.
Yeah, Rurik Thesi, the unbeezy.
The beesiest.
You got it.
Yeah, man. Oh,
Oh.
Delay.
Whoa.
not right now. Ooh. Yes, right now.
Okay, yeah, yeah, do it.
Mental blast.
Jan is not in the mood to delay.
Yeah. Pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Evens damage. No damage.
Oh, must be nice.
Draw this card that I already knew about. Look at this card. It's a creature.
Those are powerful, I hear.
They're good. You should cast it.
Bah.
I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'll untap. I'll draw for my turn.
You got it, man.
Well, everybody else has 2 creatures, so I'll take 1 off of my Talisman of Indulgence down to 34 to add a red to cast my Kess, Dissident Mage, and then I will pass the turn.
All right. Let's untap.
Elliot wants to deluge to kill my Rurkthar. He takes 12.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I should have delayed his deluge.
Let's see.
Just pay some more life into it.
Yeah.
I'm going to play the Sacred Foundry untapped, going to 36.
Wow.
We're just all dead on board.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bill's just gonna like try to kill
And
us
I'm going to pay 4.
now. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt to cast Sneak Attack.
Snack. Attack.
Sneak Attack.
Trigger.
Yeah, take 6.
Ooh, 30.
30 for
30.
Bill.
And I will pass
We have
the
no effects.
No effects.
I'll pass the turn with that being said.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep. I just like keep one of the D6s over here.
Why didn't you keep it the first time?
I don't know, because Bill took it from me. Odds I take damage.
Ooh,
Look at
take
that.
damage.
31.
31 for Jan.
Draw a card. Play a forest. Let's cast this Vexing Shusher.
Oh no!
Yeah, that sure cannot be counted.
That's
the turn.
That's the judge.
Pass Jan's turn for him.
When you end the turn, everything gets exiled off the stack. It
Right.
can be exiled.
Yes.
That's true. Move to combat.
Oh
Because
golly.
Rurkthar must attack.
Oh goodness.
Must he?
Yeah. He has 2 creatures. Hey, Elliot.
Yes. A block! Oh, thank you. Thank you for your services, Bird.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll roll
Oh my
for mana
god,
crypt.
you have so
Evens
much
damage.
mana.
Ooh.
No damage. Draw a card. Ooh, I knew about that. Just give me 1 sec here.
Why is it still funny?
Pass the turn.
Oh my goodness.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's
God.
fair. I'm gonna untap. And I'm
He's
gonna draw.
keeping us hostage.
Is he
Well, I mean,
ever?
like,
I guess if it
Bill's
ever gets
gonna
to the
sneak
point,
attack this Hulkin, and then I think we're all dead.
if it ever gets to the point where Jan starts attacking me, I can just cast a 3rd creature, and then he can't attack me because I'll block.
Yeah.
I don't think this triggers in his upkeep. First of all,
Yeah,
but
but my
Yeah.
creatures have to stay alive.
Yeah.
Oh, until his
So-
upkeep. Oh.
okay.
Miscalculated.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna pass the turn.
Just the most exciting of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody played a Manglehorn, and then somebody played a Rurikthar.
So
I take no blame for this game being
And
boring.
it takes 6
Well.
to play your net positive mana rocks tapped.
Okay, what do I want to do
Alright,
here?
so what are we thinking Bill's doing now?
He's probably
Like
gonna win.
sneaking in Derevi or something.
Yeah, he's probably gonna win.
He's like fair.
If I sneak into Revi, these get blocked. You guys have.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
this is
I-
a 3/4 too.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
reach.
If
and
I sneak
that
in,
flies.
to be fair, if I sneak into Revi, I can tap this guy.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is you can tap like Kess, and then probably just make enough warriors. But who knows? Maybe I'm
We're all-
gaming him.
We're all playing
Maybe I
creature
want him
decks.
to go for it.
I think we all want him to go for it, because then the game's either done or...
Or Jan wins because he makes a million.
Yeah, I
warriors.
mean, I'm good with that.
What do I want to do here? Do I want to do anything at all?
I have no idea.
I'm also cool with you passing the turn.
Yeah, Jan has a 6/6.
Yeah, you know what? I'll pass the turn.
Sounds good. End of your turn.
Oh boy.
I'm going to cast Crop Rotation on my Carplusion Forest. And I'm
Trigger.
Yeah, take a pain and make it uncounterable.
You got it.
So
yeah,
I'm going
you're
to end up
taking
at 24, because I'm going to take
Yes.
7. So I'm going to do crop rotation into this Gaia's Cradle.
Wow. I never saw that coming.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
definitely not.
Are you
what people do with
continuing
that
to
card.
be done?
I'm
your
continuing
turn?
to be done my turn,
Okay,
yes.
I'm going to untap, and I have a Mana Crypt trigger. So odds I take damage.
Ooh,
21.
he's getting down there.
Yeah, we're all in on all the excitement. Draw a card. That's an interesting card. Does it help me win? No. So we're gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna add 3, 4, 5. Spend 2 green, 2 colorless. Cast Helm of the Host, making it uncounterable. Oh, it's tapped. I'm sorry.
It is tapped.
It is tapped.
Well, James has priority.
It is uncounterable.
It can still be exiled.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
relevant to what I'm thinking about right now.
Okay, cool. I have a Rookthar trigger as well.
Yes. God, you're going to be at 15.
Rook that trigger resolves.
15.
And goes to 15.
Rorikthar is just like hitting a turbo, like hitting the turbo button.
Yeah. I mean, I'm either going to kill myself or.
It's Havoc
Or
Festival
die
Light.
trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pass priority on Helm of the Host.
I am also going to pass priority on Helm of the Host.
I am currently passing priority on Helm of the Host.
Awesome. I'm going to spend 5 mana to activate Helm of the Host.
Go
equip it.
to 13.
Go to 13, yeah. Getting real low.
Limbo,
Attempt to equip
limbo.
Helm of the Host to Urukthar.
No effects.
It's pretty good.
I would like to move to combat. Okay. I'll make a Urukthar token.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
Does it have haste?
Yes.
It better.
Alright. So this is going to be my Proximity Urukthar token. I don't know if that's
Facsimile.
Facsimile? Facsimile?
Proximally?
Approximately.
Ooh,
Approximately?
This is a nice portmanteau.
That's really good.
Alright, so I am going to attack Elliot with Urukthar and Bill with Urukthar token.
James, do you have any
Junior.
effects?
I have no effects.
Okay, I would like to play Notion Thief.
Oh,
Hiya!
interesting. Okay. I have no effects to Notion Thief.
Okay,
Yep,
Yeah.
no, do it.
okay, Notion Thief enters the battlefield.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to.
4 blocks.
Okay,
I have effects. I would like to activate an ability of a permanent I control named Sneak Attack.
Yep.
you got it.
I'm going to put Recruiter of the Guard into play from my hand, and I'm going to trigger Recruiter of the Guard to search my library for a creature with toughness 2 or less.
Yes, sir.
Good?
This is bad.
So we are in declare attackers at the
Well,
moment?
we're in
Yes.
blockers.
Nope,
Declare
we're in
attackers
declare
still?
attackers.
Okay.
We haven't declared blockers yet.
Okay.
So this is interesting. Okay, no, yeah, it happens.
Happens? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to search off of Recruiter of the Guard.
Yeah.
So off of Recruiter of the Guard, I'm going to find Spell Seeker and put it into my hand.
I also have 2 Najila triggers because Urukthar and his token are both warriors.
That's super weird, man.
Would you like me to get 2 warriors tapped and attacking?
I'm going to say no to that one. That's going to be a no from me, dog.
I tried. Oh my god.
Are we in blockers yet?
Yes.
Or is Bill just going for the flash win? He
I think he's trying to.
he
He's
can
doing
sneak
something.
in this spell seeker and then cast flash.
Actually. Okay, hang on.
Oh.
Yeah, before blockers, still. I'm going to activate Sneak Attack and put Spell Seeker in play.
I have no
Attempt
effects.
to
No
do
effects,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so off of Spellseeker, I'm going to find Summoner's Pact and put it into my hand.
Oh boy, that's a good spell.
Okay, yeah, no, okay. So I have no further effects.
Awesome.
So we're going to move to blockers.
Blockers.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Spectral Shift targeting your Taiga. And I
Okay.
would like to... Oh, I guess I don't have to say what I'd like to do. I'm targeting
Yeah.
your Taiga.
Chooses on resolution. Although there is 2 Urukthar triggers.
Ooh.
There is
Oh, you
yeah.
take 12.
So I will take 12 damage, and I'll go to 21. And there is a Spectral Shift
Yeah.
targeting your Taiga.
In response, In response, I'm going to cast Summoner's Pact, take 12.
Oh my goodness. 18 for Bill.
And I'm going to search. So off of Summoner's Pact, I'm going to find Protean Hulk and put Hulk into my hand. Still in response to Spectral Shift, I would like to tap my Taiga for a red and activate Sneak Attack.
Yeah, I have no effects.
Okay, I'm going to put Protean Hulk into play.
Yes, sir.
Spectral Shift can now resolve.
Okay. I would like to change all instances of forest to island.
Wow, you gave me a second volcanic island.
I
That's
did.
cheating.
Yeah.
I did.
We've just upped the value of that card.
I have no further effects, and we can move to blockers.
Whoa. You're going to pass priority.
Okay, I'm passing priority. That's what I'm
I'm
doing.
also going to pass priority.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hang on.
All right.
Elliot, do you have effects?
I would like to block the one that's attacking me. I don't even
was it
remember
the
which one it
token?
is.
It's the real one.
Okay, I would like to block the real one.
For
with
those of
no
you that
shifting.
at home, that was like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Elliot's just not. Yeah.
I'm going to declare Protean Hulk as a blocker to the Rurikthar token. And actually, before damage, I'm going to sacrifice Safi Eric's daughter, targeting Protean Hulk.
That's good.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have no effects.
I have no effects.
Cool.
My Notion
damage?
Thief dies horribly.
I'm going to trigger Protean Hulk and trigger Safi Eric's daughter. I'm going to resolve them that Protean Hulk comes back into play, and then I'm going to search off of the dies trigger.
Yes, sir.
All right, so off of the Protean Hulk trigger, I'm going to find Carrion Feeder, Viscera Seer, Zulaport Cutthroat, and Kazali Pride Mage. I am going to activate Kazali Pride Mage, targeting Silent Gravestone.
Yep, it's very dead.
And then I'm going to... everybody loses one and I gain one off of the Zulaport Cutthroat.
I will go to 33.
20.
12.
And then specifically with Carrion Feeder, I'm going to sacrifice Protean Hulk again. So Protean Hulk is going to find Karmic Guide, but that also... the sacking of Protean Hulk also triggers Zulaport Cutthroat again, draining you guys for 1.
Go to 19.
And Carrion Feeder gets a +1/+1 counter on it. Karmic Guide entering the battlefield is going to target Protean Hulk. I'm going to put it back into play, and then sacrifice it to Viscera Seer this time, and trigger. Alright, so everybody's going to lose one off of Zulaport Cutthroat again. I'm going to scry and default it to the top, because it doesn't matter. And I'm going to find Felidar Guardian off of Protean Hulk, targeting Karmic Guide. I'm going to blink Karmic Guide.
Wait, hang on. I have effects.
Okay, so I'm targeting Karmic Guide
Yeah,
with
you're
the
targeting
blink
Karmic
right
Guide.
now. Yep.
I'm going to cast Glamour Die, targeting Karmic Guide. I'm going to change its protection from black to protection from white.
Ooh. I have I wait one Rurikthar trigger, but that's good.
I'm going to take 24 damage.
You're only
12
going to take
damage.
6.
6?
The other
I'm
one's
gonna take
dead.
6. I'll go to 12.
That's 12. Oh, that was good.
It has protection from
From white.
black.
It does. Oh, man.
Well, now it has protection from
From
white.
white.
I have one colorless floating.
That's juicy.
Yeah, that resolves. So Felidar Guardian trigger targeting Karmic Guide fizzles.
Yep.
Yeah. It does not fizzle. It fails to resolve.
Fails. It
Fizzles to resist.
fizzles to resist. Okay. Then I'm going to. I have nothing else. It's your turn.
Continue with
so,
my turn.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and you're going to sack Recruiter of the Guard and Spellseeker at end of turn because you sneaked
It's not the end of his turn yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is his turn.
yeah, right.
We were in
it's
his
my turn.
combat,
It's
actually.
it's my turn. I'm done.
Okay,
Okay.
so end step.
End step.
What did you put into play with Sneak Attack this turn?
It was
Recruiter
these
Guard,
two.
Spellseeker, and Protean Hulk. Protean
Yeah.
Hulk's
Yes,
dead.
Protean Hulk's already dead.
Yep.
Okay, so
so
we're going to
we-
lose 2 more
yeah.
each.
Yes.
So I'll go to 10.
I'm at
8.
29.
I don't know what my plan is from here on out, but I may have just gifted that game back to Jan. But
Let's see. Bill gets a whole other turn.
yeah, I know. Untap. I guess I could just cast my creatures now because his
Yeah.
defense is going to trigger anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll for Mana Crypt, evens damage. No
No
damage.
damage.
Draw a card. Look at this one. Ooh, it's bad. even have anything to do. It's terrible. Terrible. Guess I'll cast this
Oh, we're fine.
Utopia Sprawl on this tropical island. I'm
Take
going
6.
to name... Oh! Yeah, I'll go to 4.
Doesn't the token stay around for... Oh, yeah, I blocked
You
it. Yep.
killed it.
You're
but
right.
It does stay around forever.
Again, that happened like 25 minutes ago.
Okay. It's going to come into play.
Yes, sir.
I will name green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll cast a Priest of Titania.
Very good.
And I will pass the turn.
I will untap. What is even happening? I'm gonna draw. Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm gonna play this island. I'm gonna take a look at the board state and everybody's life totals.
Strictly speaking, you're currently winning.
So I'm at 29.
Yep.
Bill's at 23.
Yep.
Jan is at 8.
Yep.
And Jim is at 4.
So I think in future iterations of this deck, I play Basilisk Scholar.
That's pretty good.
Okay. So I'm just going to move to combat, and I'm going to attack James for 3.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Jeez, I sure wish I had a Rurik Thar right now.
Yeah, he's pretty
That has
good.
reach, doesn't
It does have reach and vigilance.
Wow.
You'd think it'd have trample, but it doesn't. It's
Yeah.
got the other one.
It's got the other ones, yeah.
What other one?
What has reach in it?
I'm going to go to 1.
Okay. Perfect. 1.
He's going to 1. And then in my second main phase, I would like to cast from my graveyard with Cast Dissonant Mage, Toxic Deluge for 3.
Okay.
I will go
take
to
6.
20.
20. Okay, in response, I have effects.
How much did you do for? 3?
3.
3.
I'm going to sacrifice Karmic Guide to Carrion Feeder to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and drain everybody for 1.
Yep.
Okay. Jim's dead.
I'm dead.
Okay, very good.
Wait, hang on. Before I die.
Yep. It is at any time. You are
It
right.
is at any time.
All right.
Okay,
so
so-
just so we are aware, I'm at 7.
Yes.
Bill's at 9. Or Elliot's at 19.
Yep.
Bill's at 24.
Yes.
Jim is dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, way to rub it in. You just said I was dead.
I'm going to... Okay, so I got a +1/+1 counter from that. I'm going to sacrifice Viscera Seer as well to do the same thing. So drain you guys
Drain
for 1.
again, so I go to 18.
I go to 6. Bill goes 25.
I'm going to shortcut this 2 more times. I'm just going to sacrifice these 2. Zulaport Cutthroat last, specifically. Najila goes to the command zone. Zulaport Cutthroat does not. And this gets 2 more counters. So he has a 6/6.
Okay,
Okay,
and
so
so I'm at
I'm-
16,
I'm at 4.
and Bill's at 27.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay.
then Toxic Deluge for 3.
Happens.
And I'm going to play a Sensei's Divining Top. Nope, I
6.
didn't kill the Rurik Dog. And I'm just going to pass the turn.
All right. So I'm going to untap with this extremely large Carrion Feeder.
You have a Summoner's Pact trigger, Bill.
I do. You're right.
You have no green mana.
Because that's a volcanic island. Just getting them from the grave.
This is fine.
Okay.
So in response to the Summoner's Pact trigger, I would like to tap this volcanic island to add a red and activate Sneak Attack. I would like to put Body Double into play as a copy of
no.
Protean Hulk.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm saying. I don't have priority.
I'm going to sacrifice it to Carrion Feeder and search my library. Okay, so off of this Hulk sack, I'm going to get Revelark specifically. Nothing else, so I'm wasting a mana, and that's not efficient. I'm going to sacrifice Revelark. Oh yeah, this ticked up. I'm going to sack it to Carrion Feeder as well, and trigger its Leaves the Battlefield ability to return Body Double and Zulaport Cutthroat to play. Body Double is going to be a copy of Revelark.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to sacrifice Revelark to Carrion Feeder to drain you guys for 1 and put a counter on this. Trigger Zulaport Cutthroat. Trigger the Leaves the Battlefield of Revelark and put Body Double back into play.
So Jan is at 3.
I'm at 3.
I'm at 15. Bill's at 28.
I'm going to repeat this until you guys are dead.
No, we're not.
Okay.
You have to do it one more time, right?
Sure. I'm gonna sacrifice it again. Trigger the Leaves the Battlefield of Revelark, targeting Revelark and Karmic Guide.
Okay, I'm going to Cyclonic Rift, Zulaport Cutthroat.
Okay. Zulaport.
So I take 6 off of Rurik Thar, down to 9.
Okay. So the Zulaport Cutthroat is in my hand. These two are in play. Karmic Guide is going to trigger and put,
That's crazy.
let's say Viscerous here back in play.
Sure.
I'm going to activate Sneak Attack and put Zulaport Cutthroat back into play. I'm going to do it!
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
That was a roller coaster from almost the finish until the actual finish.
I like.
That was...
I was pretty sure, yeah, if Bill didn't have anything, I was just going to kill Elliot with 2 Rurik Thars.
I'm more stressed right now than I've ever been
Yeah,
in my
that was
entire life.
Quite a game. I thought that was just like cut and dry Rurik Thar beats to end the game, and then we just
Whatever
busted it
happened
wide
there.
open.
I blocked with a Protean.
I considered playing Ugin instead of the Helm, and I was like, I can exile everybody's stuff, but that doesn't really...
Yeah.
If you had played Ugin, I think you would have won that game.
Probably. In retrospect, yeah.
I had an insane opener that game. I'm like, I had the Misty Rainforest into Mana Crypt, into the Manglehorn turn 1, Vizier turn 2. I had 2 hacks, Momir Vig, and Finhorn Elves on top of my library.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like,
Oh my god, I mean, you just couldn't
I had
cast.
it. No, I had
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It
Jen
was a
cast
turn
the
4
defense
win.
perfectly.
Yeah,
But-
the defense.
Most of the problem
Yeah.
is, even if I had... so, yeah, now, if I had played the Ugin instead of the Helm, I would have won. But the reason I didn't is if I play the Ugin and get rid of everything, we still lose to Flash Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with the Helm, like, let's take 12 damage plus...
I did take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
We all did.
Yeah. That was a
Makes
very
games
effective
go
showing.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game was sweet.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
That
a good
turn
game.
where I was like put Recruiter of the Guard into play and whatever, that line was immediately apparent to me, but I got caught up on a bunch of things because of the Silent Gravestone. And because I'd realized that I needed at least 2 Hulk triggers because I needed to grab Kazali Pride Mage for one of them. And then I realized I had Safi Eric's daughter, and I
Yeah.
remembered what that card did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
that
a
was
good
rough. 'Cause
card.
I thought you were going to wait for too long to put the Hulk into play to block the Rorikthar because you passed priority to move to blockers, right? And once we're in blockers, it's too late. You can't declare Hulk as a blocker. So I'm like, well, I'll just turn him off of red mana for the rest of the turn, and then he can't sneak attack the Hulk that he's got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like maybe waiting until blockers do that probably would have been a slightly tighter play.
Nope.
He would have just put the Hulk into play, right?
No, because if we
once
move
we're
to
at
blockers, there's a step before damage. So he could have put him off the blue. Like it would have been
Yeah.
a big.
Yeah.
It would have been fine.
It would have been good.
It would have been fine, but I think I don't know if it's the fact that I took him off red mana was that. Well, maybe it was what reminded him that he had to do it before blockers.
No, it was. I was originally the plan was like 6 different things while I was thinking of it, and at that point, before you had done that, when you were talking about like taking me off of my mana, I realized that the Safi was there, so that's what changed. Originally, I was just going to sneak attack it into play and then have it die, so it didn't matter if I did it during blockers.
Well, and that was why, like, you wouldn't have been able to do it during blockers.
Yeah,
because I was
exactly.
doing it when he was changing steps. Right?
Yeah, so and then once I realized that I was able to get 2 Hulk triggers off of it, then that's when, because you created another round of priority before we moved to blockers, I was like, it's perfect.
It's like the opposite of holding people hostage.
Yeah.
It's like
It was for my benefit.
benevolently giving people the opportunity to make another decision.
You're like, you messed up. Are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure? Because now you're gonna have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That was a sweet game.
The game was sweet. I really, really like that. I don't think I've ever played a game where hacks have been as relevant as they were in that game outside of the Momir Big combo.
Yeah, I was going to say relevant for not you.
Yeah, really. Like the whole game, I'm just like scanning things. I'm like, okay, what has colors? And then you play this Japanese karmic guide. And it has
protection from black!
Well, but yeah, like it's a good thing I knew that.
That's true. That's true. I could have just scummed you out of it.
Oh.
But that was a tight play. That was really, really good.
That was a good one.
Giving it protection from
I need to play Root Far more often.
Yeah.
I got some things that like I think I will put Basilisk's Collar in because like
lifelink.
at the point where I was like, okay, I can probably maybe win the game if Bill doesn't. I was at 8 life. I was just like, no, I can't cast any more spells.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
I get to another combat step, I have 2 Rurik Thars. Like, yeah, I think at that point I was like, if Bill forgets his Summoner's Pact trigger, has no effects, and dies, then I go to combat, hit Elliot for 12. He's at 2, and I'm at 8. Neither of us can cast spells for the rest of the
But you
game.
have these 6
But I have these 6/6 Rurik Thars.
And you make
just keep
another
making
one.
them. Yeah.
Every combat. Yeah, that's one way to lock down the game for sure.
Home of the host.
I'm happy I got to do that. Yeah,
Definitely.
That was a sweet interaction.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for joining
Yeah.
us. Make sure, if you're not a subscriber already, subscribe. Because you will get notified when we release a new episode, which will be as soon as next week.
Yeah. And you'll get to see new episodes that are like this. That
are
was
like
a
this.
sweet
That was a
game.
sweet game. Yeah. Thanks,
Or
everybody.
Rurik Thar. Have a good one.